Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be discussing about the synthesis of phenylalanine, tryptophan and tyrosine. These three are aromatic amino acids and they share a common pathway for their synthesis. All these three are glucogenic and ketogenic in nature because they are converted to certain metabolites which serve as precursors for the synthesis of glucose and fat. First of all, let's look into the structures. So this is the structure of phenylalanine. Its R group is benzene. This is tyrosine. Its R group is phenol. This is tryptophan. And its R group is indolic group. Apart from these two, tyrosine is non-essential amino acid. The 3-letter representation of phenylalanine is PHE and 1-letter representation is capital F. The 3-letter representation for tyrosine is TYR and 1-letter representation is capital Y. And for tryptophan, the 3-letter representation is TRP and 1-letter representation is capital W. Now, let us move on to the biosynthesis of these three aromatic amino acids. The first step is the condensation of phosphoenol pyruvate with ethylphosphor phosphate to form 2-keto-3-deoxy-T-arabinoheptylosonate 7-phosphate along with the hydrolysis of phosphate group. So if you look here, this water molecule can be split into H, H and O. So one of the hydrogen of water molecule gets removed with this phosphate group and this hydrogen of water molecule attaches with this oxygen and forms OH there, and a single bond results in between this carbon and this oxygen. The remaining oxygen binds with this carbon and forms a bond there. Now in the next step, this CH2 attaches with its this CH2 attaches to this carbon of erythrophosphor phosphate to form this bond here. As to maintain the valency, they shift the double bond there, and here this double bond changes here and forms a double bond between this carbon and oxygen, and it is shown here. This compound is formed. This 2-keto-3-deoxy-D-arabinoheptylosonate 7-phosphate then forms 3-dehydroquinate in presence of dehydroquinate synthase. So if you look here, this much group gets removed along with one of the hydrogen from this carbon atom. So this much group of phosphate gets removed along with this hydrogen, and in the next step this hydrogen gets attaches with this oxygen and forms an OH group there, and a single bond result in between these two, and a double bond will be resulting in between this carbon and oxygen. Now after the change of atoms, this carbon attaches with this carbon and forms a bond there. Thus a cyclic compound is formed and it is 3-dehydroquinate. If you look here, this bond is shown here. This CH2 is here and this bond is shown here. Then this bond is shown here. This bond is shown here with that double bond oxygen. Then this carbon and this carbon bond is shown here. Then this carbon and this CH2 bond is shown here. The cyclic structure that formed, that means this bond between this CH2 and this carbon group, is shown here. And thus 3-dehydroquinate is formed. The 3-dehydroquinate then undergoes dehydration to form 3-dehydroshikimate. Here dehydration occurs, that is the removal of water molecule occurs. That is, this OH group along with hydrogen of this CH2 group gets removed as water molecule, and a double bond will result in between these two carbon atoms, and that is 3-dehydroshikimate. The 3-dehydroshikimate thus formed undergoes reduction in presence of shikimate synthase enzyme to form shikimate. Here NADPH2 donates 2 of its hydrogen. One of the hydrogen attaches with this oxygen and forms OH, and the next hydrogen attaches with this carbon and forms an H group there. This is shikimate. This shikimate then undergoes addition of phosphate group in presence of shikimate kinase to form shikimate 5-phosphate. Here ATP donates one of its phosphate group to this compound, and this phosphate gets attached to this O there and forms a phosphate attached with that oxygen. Thus shikimate 5-phosphate is formed. This shikimate 5-phosphate then undergoes condensation with phosphoenol pyruvate along with the removal of phosphate group to form 3-enol pyruvyl shikimate 5-phosphate. Here the phosphate group gets removed from here along with the hydrogen of this OH group, and this carbon of phosphoenol pyruvate condenses with this oxygen and forms this bond here. Thus 3-enol pyruvyl shikimate 5-phosphate is formed. In the next step, removal of phosphate group occurs in presence of chorismate synthase to form chorismate. Here, this phosphate group gets removed along with the hydrogen and forms this compound here. In order to maintain valency, these carbon atoms share their electrons and forms a double bond there, and these two carbon atoms share their electrons and forms a double bond there. This chorismate is formed. This chorismate is the first branching point with the branching point leading to the formation of tryptophan and phenylalanine and tyrosine, and this phenylalanine and tyrosine gets formed from another branch point, that is priphenate. Now let us move on to the biosynthesis of tryptophan from chorismate. The chorismate thus formed then in presence of antranilate synthase forms antranilate. Here glutamine donates its amino group to chorismate and leaves as glutamate. In this step pyruvate removal also occurs. If you look here, this is the glutamine and it donates its amino group to this chorismate, to this carbon, and forms this bond here. Then it leaves as glutamate by accepting this oxygen from here. The remaining hydrogen which remains here attaches with this CH2 and forms CH3. Then this bond between this carbon and this oxygen breaks, and a double bond will result in between this carbon and oxygen, and pyruvate is formed. This pyruvate gets released. Then a double bond will result in between this carbon and this carbon in order to save valency. This antranilate is formed. This antranilate then in presence of antranilate phosphoribosyl transferase forms N5' phosphoribosyl antranilate. Here phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate donates its phosphoribosyl group to antranilate and forms this compound. The pyrophosphate gets released with one of the hydrogen of this NH2 group, and this carbon of the phosphoribosyl group attaches to this nitrogen of antranilate and forms this bond here. This compound gets formed, that is N5' phosphoribosyl antranilate is formed. This compound then undergoes isomerization in presence of isomerase to form enol 1,ortho-carboxyphenylamino 1-deoxyribulose phosphate. Here rearrangement of atoms occurs and forms this compound. So first of all, a breakage of bond between this oxygen and this carbon occurs, and this hydrogen attaches with this oxygen and forms an OH group there. A double bond will result in between this carbon and this oxygen there. So this is the enol 1,ortho-carboxyphenylamino 1-deoxyribulose phosphate. This compound then in presence of indole 3-glycerol phosphate synthase forms indole 3-glycerol phosphate. Here carbon dioxide removal and water removal occurs. For our convenience, we flip this structure, and then here this removal of CO2 occurs from here, and this hydrogen along with this oxygen and one of the hydrogen from this CH2 molecule gets removed as water. Then a bond will be formed in between this carbon, and a cyclic structure will be formed there. A double bond will be forming in between this carbon and this carbon in order to save valency. Thus indole 3-glycerol phosphate is formed. For our convenience, we flip this structure into this form. Then the indole 3-glycerol phosphate thus formed in presence of tryptophan synthase gets cleaved to indole and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Here this much group gets removed as glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, and this much group remains, that is the indole group. The indole thus formed, then in presence of serine and tryptophan synthase B forms tryptophan. This is a serine molecule and it attaches with its CH2 group to this carbon of indole and forms this bond here. The OH group of serine along with the hydrogen of this carbon atom leaves this water molecule and forms tryptophan. Now let us move on to the biosynthesis of phenylalanine and tyrosine from charismate. Here this is the charismate molecule and it undergoes certain rearrangement in its atoms in presence of mutase enzyme to form priphenate. So this priphenate is the second branch point which leads to the formation of tyrosine and phenylalanine. Now first of all let's look on to the synthesis of phenylalanine from priphenate. So this is the priphenate molecule. It first undergoes decarboxylation and dehydration to form phenyl pyruvate. Here first of all CO2 gets removed from here. This is the CO2 removal, and then water molecule removes from here and from here as H2O, and thus this compound is formed. Phenyl pyruvate is formed. This phenyl pyruvate then in presence of transaminase enzyme form phenylalanine. That is, this keto group changes to an amino group there and forms this compound here. Next, let us move on to the synthesis of tyrosine. Here, this priphenate undergoes dehydrogenation and decarboxylation to form 4-hydroxyphenyl pyruvate. Here, this much group gets removed as CO2, that is carbon dioxide, and this hydrogen along with one of the hydrogen from here gets removed with NAD plus as NADH2. And in order to save valency, a double bond will be formed in between here and a shift in double bond occurs, that is a double bond will be forming here, then here and here. This 4-hydroxyphenyl pyruvate gets formed. This 4-hydroxyphenyl pyruvate then undergoes transamination to form tyrosine, that is this keto group gets changes to an amino group there and forms tyrosine. So this is all about the synthesis of tryptophan, phenylalanine and tyrosine.